At first glance, this painting feels familiar. It's called the 90-Day Wonder, and you might think that it's a Norman Rockwell painting, but it was painted by John Philip Falter in 1943. Falter was one of the great illustrators of his era. He created over 100 photos for the Saturday Evening Post. Crisp, idealized images of American life, small town parades, baseball games, neighborhood sidewalks filled with sunshine and hope. But there's always a slightly darker message behind his work. This piece wasn't originally titled The 90-Day Wonder, it was called The Promotion. And that change in title reveals just how ambivalent America felt in this moment. After all, 90-Day Wonder revealed the uncomfortable truth. America was rushing men into battle at an alarming rate. A young man could go from a college classroom to Navy officer in just 3 months, and what these junior officers would face was far beyond the bright optimism depicted in Falter's illustration. And Falter, who joined the Navy himself as a combat artist, knew exactly what this moment looked like. The bright uniform, the smirk, the air of readiness that comes before understanding. It's a picture of pride, but also of pause. That moment when the jacket is still spotless, when you still believe you know what you're stepping into. Young and invincible. I interviewed some of these 90-Day Wonders for my book, A Bird in the Deep. They told me they felt exactly like this, full of energy, full of certainty, and completely unprepared for what would follow. One of them was Jim White. After receiving his lieutenant's stripes, he found himself commanding a ship at the front of the invasion of Normandy. He was 25 years old, and when a German torpedo hit his ship, he lost more than half of his crew and suffered a head injury that ended his naval career. In one interview, he said that afterwards he, quote, had about 10 dark years. This is the part that Falter couldn't paint, not in this moment. The pain doesn't fit in the frame. That's for some time later. The years that follow the pose. Over 62,000 American sailors lost their lives in World War II, and there were over 37,000 wounded. But this one sailor, we don't know what happened to him. Maybe he came home and quietly coped with what he saw. Maybe he had 10 dark years, like Jim White. Or maybe he didn't come home at all. But one thing is certain, he would never again see himself the way Falter painted him here.